Hi guys, how is it going today? So in this Jira REST API tutorial, we'll look into how to submit this form by making a post request to create a new Jira issue or the story running on this local AT. So this one, this is the Jira server, and while this is written in reactjs. So within this form, we will need to the user will need to fill out the summary and also the description, and once they finish entering all information, by then we need to click on the submit button. Then it make a post request to this and create issue and stay inside the backlog. So this is what the tutorial is all about today. So now let's take a look at the code first, how this form is written. Alright, so here you can see that I have written we have a few lines of code, less than 100. So here you can see that basically we have the using the React, the use effect, the React hooks, and I also use the Bootstrap as well. So come with the Bootstrap, we have the form, we have the button, and also ACOs. So basically this one is used for making a GET request or POST request. So now right here we have the use state, we have the summary, which will store the summary from the form, Jira summary or title, and here the description for the Jira as well, and we have set. So the use effects, right here we have nothing. I can just remove this for now as well. Okay, so let's take a look at this. After we go through this, so here we have the header here, right here, and we have the title, Jira REST API, the background color, which is this green color, and we have the form itself. This comes with the label, the form control, so the type is text, and then a placeholder with the unchanged. So whatever that I type the value right here inside the, say I type whatever it is, then it will store that inside this variable, the set summary, and store it on top here. So we will use that value to stay inside this here, but I'll do that. So now let's take a look at the Jira description. Again, this one similar to the one I just showed you, and then we have the submit button. So the submit button here comes with the on click event. So now let's just click on this function. So pressing the control keyboard, just click on it, and then it will just navigate me here. Okay, so here you can see that I'm using the ACOs as the import on top here. So we have the post request, and this is the URL or the endpoint of the Jira server. And here we will fill out the data, so what type of data that we're going to put into, and also right here this can be the authorization or the header, or also the username and password as well. And by then it just show whether this is successful or not. If not, what type of information then gonna show. Okay, so now we have this simple form you can see here, and now what I need to do, just go to my Postman, and we will grab some data and put it in here. So now here this is, you can see that running on the in previous video we look into this as well. So we have this information that we might want to just copy everything. So I can just do the copy here. Probably I don't need the curly bracket, I just need the inside one. So I can just paste it here, and once that's done, save. So this will change this because I'm using this extension, the Pretria. So that's why when I have already configured everything. So when I click on the Control S to save it, it just changed to this. So that we're good to go. We have the field, the projects that which is required, the summary, description, also issue type, and then this is the custom field. So the one thing is that right now we don't actually want to have this. This is the static or the dummy data. So I want to get rid of this, and as well as the Jira description here. So what I need to do, since we have everything that is stored coming from the value coming from the form itself. So everything here, and now I just need to paste that the same as description. Just copy this and then put it here. So basically whatever that the data coming from the form, it will then send the data and just put it inside this here. Once we click on the submit button, it will make a post request to this endpoint, then a new Jira issue will be created. Okay, so now we have this. So what else do we need? Now let's just come to the Postman again, and then here inside this Postman, you can see that there's a code here. So you can just click on this one here. So once you click on that, by default it will just show you like this, and there's a lot of languages that you can choose from. So what it does here is that it will just try to convert everything that is coming from this. So in this case we have the body with this information, and the authorization with the I'm using the basic of the username and also the password. So it will just include everything inside here. Right now let's just take a look at the JavaScript page. So you can just click on this. You can see that it just try to convert all the existing code from the Postman to this in the JavaScript using the fetch. And right now, while we are using the ASIOS, let's just take a look at this one here. We have this one is written in JavaScript, and this is in Node.js. So now let's just take a look at the Node.js ASIOS, which can be used to apply with our reactjs. So here again we have the information already entered. So what else do we need? Basically we need the header. So without the header we don't have the access to the Jira server. So we will need to copy this part here, the header. Just copy that and then paste it right here. So save it. I guess we don't need this one here. So if you wonder where is this value coming from, so now let's just take a look again. We have the basic and we have this value. So this is the we only enter this in the username and also the password, which is this password. But what it does is that it uses the B2A. Here you can see that when I try to search for B2A online tool, the first one you can see here. So what it does is the base 64. It try to encode the normal value with the say the username and the password, then it try to encode it into the base 64. So now let's just take a look at this and how to get the value that we just put here. So now let's just come here. By default you would not be able to see the encode button. So what do you need to do? Just click on this one right here. So once you click on that, you can see that there's an encode button here. And I just want to show you basically just copy the username, just paste it right here, and then with the password as well. So just copy that and paste it here. And now let's just click on this encode button. So when I click on this, you can see that this is the value, but let's just compare to see if it's the same or not. So here, this is the value. I just copy that as well. Just paste it here. You can see that the value is not exactly the same. The reason is that it used the this format here. So username colon password. So this is the right format. Let me just click on this and code again. And here, this is the value. So let me just copy this, go back to React and try to paste somewhere here. So here you can see that this is the exact value that we get from using that online tool. So that's how we get this information from. We have the header, we have the authorization. Remember to put the basic, and there is a space in between, and this value, which is the base64 and code. So that's it for this. I think let's now just test it to see whether we get the success response by making the post request or not. Now let's just go back here, and I also want to do the inspect as well, just to see what the response. Go to the console. Alright, so here it is. And now let me just put the Jira summary or the title. Test Jira REST API from reactjs form. And then the description, just say like test description, nothing specific. Then now let's just click on the submit button to see if we get the success or not. So once I click on that, you can see that it says that the URL here has been blocked by the cost policy. So right now we are putting the whole endpoint here without bypassing the cost issue. So the first solution to this is that if you watch my previous video on how to solve the cost issue, I'll put like a screenshot here, so you can see that this is the previous one, and you can follow this video. And in case if you follow everything and you still get another issue, say 403, which a lot of developers have experienced by making a pull request. Say they try to make a pull request from JavaScript, from React, or from somewhere else, basically the front-end framework. Let me just show you real quick on what the another issue that you may experience as well. Alright, so another error or issue that you may have is the Jira 403. So when you come to Google and then search for this, you will see that there's a lot of people having this issue. And now let me just quickly go through this one here. So it says the 403 forbidden on post method, but for the get request it's work fine, only for the post request. So now let's just take a look what they're saying here. So here it says the cost issue, and these are the code. So some people suggest that probably just try to check the scope object, and also as you can see that people are discussing this, and I also show you how to solve this issue in this video as well. So here you can see that some people also suggest about the whitelisting, and we will look into this one. So you can see some people use the Jira Cloud versions. So here this is another one, which is error on the post request, the 403. And let's just click on this. It wouldn't take long. I just quickly show you. So here, some people say that the error coming from this XSRF stuff, but it seems that there's no result at all. So here you can see. So how are we gonna solve this issue for the 403 if we have one? Let me just close all of this. You come to this Jira server. And since you are the admin, just click on this application, go to the system. So once you're here, just enter your password. Now let's just scroll down, and you will see that there's the whitelist. So inside the whitelist, by default, it comes with these two values. And now let me try to enter the React URL, so which is the localhost 3000. I just need to paste it here. And what you need to do next is to change this to the wildcard expression. And right here, I need to also enter this with the star, basically mean whatever that is behind this forward slash. And remember that to also allow the incoming. So incoming here mean that we try to make a pull request, and then the request coming inside this Jira. Okay, just press it like this, and then we need to find out whether we put the forward slash right here is working or not. But now let's just do it here by pressing on the add button. So what it does here, we are now whitelisting this localhost 3000, which is the reactjs. Now let's just try it again. Let me just quickly refresh this as well. Jira REST API from reactjs, test description, and then try to submit this again. Okay, again, we still have this kind of issue. And now, like I said, we need to get rid of the forward slash and just try it again by updating this. Refresh, test description. Again, let's just press on this submit button. Okay, so finally you can see that we make a successful request. You can see the status is 201, meaning that we have successfully created a new one, a new request. And here we can also see the data as well. So what type of data is it? And we have this key right here, JOL equal to 17. Now let's just go back and see if we actually get that. And also I want to mention that you can also turn off the whole whitelisting, but this is not recommended. So say if I turn it off, you can see that there's no whitelisting at all. So in case everybody can just make a pull request to this if they know the username and password. And just open this, and then only whitelisting the specific URL right here. And now let's just go back to the project, the current project, and now let's just check it again. Alright, so here you can see that it says the summary coming from this Jira summary here, Jira REST API reactjs. And what about the description? Right, so the description just says like test this, and that's what I just wrote on this form, and that's how we create it. And now what about the, so this is the Jira server. What about the Jira cloud versions? Let me just quickly open that one up. Alright, so here this is the cloud versions, and now let me just do the same thing by going here and then clicking on the system right here. Alright, here, so you as you can see that there's no whitelisting feature or the option for you to select from the cloud version here. So that's another issue that we are having. So what are we gonna solve this issue? We will take a look in the next video, but before I finish this video, let's just go back here, just take a quick look again. So right now we have the header with the authorization. So what about the normal one? If I want to just use the username and also the password, then let's just go here and again just get rid of this right here, the whole header, or maybe I just comment this out. And inside here, what you need to do, just type auth, stand for authorization. And then inside this, what you need to do, very simple, just type username and then the password. And yep, so I just copy username and then the password inside here, same as this one. Okay, so once that's done, now let's just try to make another request using this format. Let's just come back. I just need to say something like make post request from reactjs form. Yep, just like that. And then this description, I'm gonna say it's like just try it out, just like this. And then I'm gonna click on this submit button again, and there we have it. So it's success with the status and then the URL here as well. So now let's just go back and then try to refresh this page. All right, here it is. We have the make post request from reactjs form. Successful, and then this description just says like try it out. Yep, that's pretty much it. It works for both format. You can either use this format or this format. One more thing, for the cloud versions, there's no whitelisting option. So how are we gonna solve this issue if you have the 403, which is the permission issue? Then let's just take a look at the next tutorial on how to solve the issue. So I just want to point out a little bit that we might probably look into the Node.js and how are we gonna solve everything instead of just using the React and making the post request with all of this information here. We just maybe take a look at the JS project. So that's pretty much it for this tutorial. Hope you learned something from this video. If you find this video valuable or interesting, then don't forget to leave a like on this video as well and ask me any question that you may have. And until then, see you guys in the next video and stay safe.